In this slideshow, we'll talk about the economic environments that companies face when doing international business. The attractiveness of a country to foreign investors depends mainly on its economic environment. Managers assess economic environments and forecast market trends in order to make investment decisions, operating decisions, and strategic decisions. The type of economic system is a strong predictor of a country's present economic performance and its future economic prospects. The economic system determines who owns and controls the factors of production, and, by extension, the price and quantity of goods and services. In a pure market economy, the type of goods and services that a country produces and the quantity in which they are produced are not planned by anyone. The price and quantity of goods and services are determined by supply and demand. Cultures that are fertile grounds for market economies have low power distance, low uncertainty avoidance, and high individualism. In a pure command economy, the government plans what goods and services a country produces, the quantity in which they are produced, and the price at which they are sold. Cultures that are fertile grounds for command economies have high power distance, high uncertainty avoidance, and low individualism. A mixed economy includes some elements of each system. Most economies lean toward one end of the spectrum or the other, but they can swing back and forth. There was a big swing toward market economies from 1990 to 2008, but there has been a swing back since the financial crash. Economic analysis looks at several indicators of an economic environment. A very important economic indicator is gross national product, or GNP. GNP is the value of all goods and services produced within a nation in a given year, plus the income earned by its citizens abroad, minus the income earned by foreigners from its domestic production. GNP gives a broad idea of the size of an economy. Another important indicator is gross domestic product, or GDP. GDP is the total value of all goods and services produced within a nation's borders, no matter if domestic or foreign-owned companies make the product. Population size is another measure of an economy. If you divide GDP by the population, you get GDP per capita, which gives the average income of people in the country. Average income is used to classify the country as high, middle, or low income. Purchasing power parity adjusts average income in terms of its purchasing power in a country. It gives a more accurate idea of what people can afford to buy. The wide range in the cost of living among countries requires managers to define the true purchasing power in a country. A country with a low GDP per capita may, when considered in terms of purchasing power, be attractive to foreign investors. The business potential of a country depends on the size of the market, measured by GDP, the present income of consumers, measured by GDP per capita adjusted by purchasing power parity, and likely future income of consumers indicated by its economic growth rate. Managers refine their sense of a country's economic performance and potential by evaluating certain economic features, including inflation, the rate at which prices rise or money loses its value; unemployment, the percent of workers who want to work but do not have jobs; debt, both internal and external; income distribution, how income is distributed; poverty, measured by an arbitrary line; and balance of payments, the record of a country's international transactions. Now take the quiz on this slideshow by clicking on the Quiz on Slideshow icon, which is right below the icon you clicked on to view this slideshow.